right, people. We're back after another week, and I'm so excited because your girl was out of commission last week.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I felt so bad because I hate not being able to talk to the people. I hate not being in the studio. But I do love when I come back in here and I'm not by myself. And of course I'm not, because I'm with the legend himself, Mr. Westside.
That's me. That's me.
Maal the Pimp. Welcome back, Maal.
Man, thank you for having me, Marie. Thank you, man.
Oh, man.
Feel good being in your presence, man. You know, you do your thing. I like what you do. I like what you do. Yes,
Man.
thank you.
I love you all the same, Maal. Like, I'm so proud of you, and the fact, like, I've just seen the growth from the last time you were here with me to now, the things that you've been involved in, and thank you for coming on the show today.
Man, thank you for having me. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be on this platform and expose what I'm doing. I really mean that. I appreciate that.
Always.
Sure.
You know,
Definitely.
this platform is for folks like you who are doing great work in the city, putting on for the city, exposing Chattanooga to a worldwide platform. So just, you know, I'm back on the radio now, so people might be introduced to you for the first time. Let them know a little bit about you, Maal.
Maal the Pimp, a.k.a. MTP, if y'all want to Google me. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. I started out my career as a rap artist, of course, but then anytime we're in a rapper or we're in the entertainment field, the whole goal is to use that to branch out to other things. You follow what I'm saying? So I branched out to documentary promoting, documentary producing, talk show, podcast, clothing. You follow what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. I do legal work as far as legal contracts, consulting, and things like that.
Now, I didn't know that.
I have a degree in recording industry music business from Middle Tennessee State University. So I'm more than just a West Side dude. I'm educated.
Yes, sir.
And nothing is more important than an educated black man.
That's right. That's
so
a dangerous man.
I got a lot of things that I bring to the table. A lot of things I bring to the table, yeah.
Maal, you are a legend, and I got to give you your flowers because you've done a body of work that stretches over a very long period of time.
Right.
And I love the fact that part of that work you got to highlight with the last documentary series that you did, Off Comes a Mask. So can you give people who may be hearing from you for the first time a little bit of like your introduction into documentary? We know that you did the 32, but why was it important when you did the 32, how that was received, to continue to work on documentaries?
Because when it comes to documentaries, and then separate from documentaries, when it comes to just entertainment, you know, people like to hear things audio, but when they see it, visual sells more than audio. I've always believed that. You follow what I'm saying?
I got you.
And that's why I tell a lot of people who do podcasts, it's one thing you want to film your podcast and upload the audio, but they need to see this.
Right.
Because when they see it, it registers more in your head. You follow what I'm saying? So with documentaries, in terms of the 32 documentary, for instance, you know, we've heard a lot of stuff about the 32 men that were rounded up and arrested or wrongfully convicted, but until you see it in front of your face, you see the arrest, you see the paperwork, you see the lack of evidence versus the time they got, then it starts to make sense more than you just reading it in the paper. You follow what I'm saying? So my whole point of doing documentaries was to basically give people a visual on whatever topic I'm discussing at that time. You follow what I'm saying? And I've been successful at it so far. You did. Very successful, yeah.
Why was it important to start off with the documentary series, The 32?
It was important because at the time when they did that, there was a real big news headline in the city as far as the local newspaper, and also Channel 3, 9, and 12 were painting these guys as the worst of the worst. I personally knew a lot of these dudes, you follow what I'm saying? So, you know, we all got a criminal background here and there, but that don't make you who they paint you out to be. You follow what I'm saying? So when I saw how that was done right there, to me, that was like just like a defamation of character. And then the fact that everybody was black men, I took that, and a lot of people from the community took that as racial profiling.
Absolutely.
Because you're trying to clean up drugs, every race does drugs,
That's
not
right.
just us. You follow what I'm saying?
And we know at that time we had Sheriff Billy Long that was bringing the bricks in the county,
and
right?
Then if you want to look at it like that, if he's bringing bricks in, right, and they're being accused of selling ounces, where are they getting it from? You follow what I'm saying? Bricks are this much, ounces are this much. So if they're selling this much, they're getting that off of a big brick.
That's right.
The brick is being brought in by the sheriff. There's no way that he shouldn't have been highlighted as the worst of the worst, or there's no way that he should have got less time than a lot of these guys. You follow what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So when I get to looking at all those things right there that just didn't add up, I'm like, this need to be exposed right here. It need to be exposed. You follow me? Then once we put it out there, I start getting calls from white people. People who probably would have looked at it the other way until they saw this. They're like, oh, that is messed up. Okay, I didn't see it that way. I only saw what was on the news.
Right.
That's what they wanted you to see. That's the point of me doing a documentary, giving you a visual. You follow what I'm saying? And then you get the bigger picture.
Right. And you get to hear those accounts from the people who are from the community, who've been impacted by this.
Right.
Because the media is not going to put the mothers on there. It's not going to talk to the guys who have been targeted. And so I was very, very proud that you put your neck out there.
I did. I really did. I'm glad you said that because I really did. You feel me? But you know what? It was big. I'm glad you said that because I really anything could have went wrong with me. I could have been caught up in a messed up situation that I didn't have nothing to do with. When really the whole point of it was because this dude put the documentary out trying to kill the messenger.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? So it could have easily went wrong for me. But at the end of the day, it was bigger than me. You feel me? I got a voice in this community, and y'all go out there and buy all my rap music and come to all my video shoots. So come buy this documentary. Come look at that, like you listen to my music. Because right here, this is another. I'm on another page with this right here. You follow what I'm saying?
That's another side of you.
Right.
And I'm proud because, like, when I say you put your neck out there, I mean that in such an honorable way.
Right.
From an activist to a person who's took charge of being an advocate for those men in the community, because that's not the first time we've had, or the last time that we had nothing but black people just plastered on the front page of the news. And so, you know, it's important for us to be able to tell our own stories and our side of the story.
Right.
And give a perspective, because the news is not going to do that. And of course, it was all political.
Of course, man. And I can't. I don't like politics. It's not my thing.
Exactly.
I don't like that. Yeah.
But I'm proud of you for putting it out there and giving people a broader perspective about the situation and the impact that it had. Because there's a lot of conversations that happened after the documentary that never would have happened if it wasn't for the work that was done to be able to bring the documentary to what it was. And so when you had the 32. How did you go from the 32 to Off Comes the Mask?
I'm glad.
And what is Off Comes the Mask?
Off Comes the Mask is a documentary based on the rise and fall of Fam Records. Now, anybody who's from Chattanooga, who's been around here since the 90s, you know Fam Records was the premier label in Chattanooga. So to paint a picture, say like, and we talking about the music industry, we talking about L.A., Fam Records would be Death Row Records. You follow what I'm saying? If you're talking about New York, Fam Records would have been Bad Boy. If you're talking about Texas or Houston, Fam Records would have been Rap-A-Lot. You follow what I'm saying? So these are labels that have imprint or made an imprint in the city, who've been successful in the city, who have a history to them, whether it's how it started, where the money came from, how much money was made, the success of the artists. All these things come with having a successful label. So in terms of Chattanooga, we had Fam Records. You follow what I'm saying? And at one point, we was on our way to getting a multi-million-dollar record deal, but then the FBI came in and shut it down. And when the FBI came in and shut it down, a lot of artists went to jail. A lot of artists just went their own way and stopped doing music. I was one of the ones that kept on, and I was luckily able to prosper after that. But it was always a story that needed to be told, and nobody ever knew. It was always a bunch of questions. What happened to him? How did that start? Why y'all didn't sign with Universal Records? How much time did he get? Is he still rapping? What's going on with these people now? It was so many questions being asked, and I'm one of the few people, or not the only person, that was there from the beginning of the label until the end. So I can answer every question you want to ask, and then all the little that I know back then, every time we did something, I was always filming. All the concerts we had, all the interviews, all the just regular studio sessions that were just off camera, I would film all that stuff. So little that I know back then, I was working on a documentary, I just didn't know it. So it come time now, when it's time to put it together, I got all the footage to match up with the with the audio, you follow what I'm saying? So every topic that was discussed, I got footage to match that. And then I got all the pictures from back in the day. So I was working on a documentary 20 years ago, and I didn't know it until...
Didn't even know it.
Right.
So, clue for everybody out there, when you're doing work like that, so you're in the studio, you're putting together things for your art, it's important for you to catalog that information.
You have to capture the moment.
Capture those moments. Capture those conversations that you're having. Sometimes capture just the behind the scenes footage, because you never know where you're going to end up. You never know where you're headed to, and you never know how valuable the journey is valuable.
Right. I've always been a guy to capture everything, but when it came to this documentary right here, I was like, man, I really got everything that I'm talking about on this documentary to actually bring it out. I never knew what I was filming for back then. I just knew I should have been filming. If I wasn't filming, I had somebody else filming. You follow what I'm saying? So every important moment we had, I captured it. I just didn't know what I was doing. I just knew what needed to be done. And we talking from 97 until 2003. Then here come in 2020, when I decided to put a documentary out, I go back 17 years in my catalog of boxes and pull out everything to make it all come together. So the point of the Found Records documentary, to answer your question, is we had a successful hip-hop label in Chattanooga, which is probably the most successful label in Chattanooga without discrediting anybody else. And there was always a story to be told, and there was always a lot of questions that needed to be answered, and this documentary did that. That's why I was so successful. You follow what I'm saying? Because we were the biggest thing in the city. And then it just shut down because of the feds, but people want to know what actually happened.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Like, what do you feel? So, fam, so let's just kind of dig into that a little bit.
All right.
Who were some of the folks that came out of fam, for those who might not know?
We had a long roster of artists. The CEO of Found Records was Shawty Thuggy, artists Maal the Pimp, Vinny the Sharp, SS the Butcher, OG Ladog, Young Ballers, West Wayne Realist, Sean Gotti, Psychos. Man, I don't want to leave nobody out. We had a long list of artists, man. A long list of artists, and everybody had their own style, had their own flavor. Everybody had their own albums that were coming out. We all collaborated to work on each other's albums. And the one thing that I loved about Found Records, when you have a label with a bunch of artists, sometimes egos kick in. Like, why is this album coming out before mine? Or why is he on that song and I'm not on that song? Things like that. One thing we never had was that problem. Everybody played the team role. Even though your album might be coming out, we all supported your album like it was our own album. You follow what I'm saying? So we never clashed heads in the studio. We always got along. We never had any issues. And in terms of street credibility, everybody had their own street credibility in some form or fashion, so that made the streets respect us. They knew the music was real, and you knew you couldn't come with us with no foolishness without getting dealt with. You follow what I'm saying? So it was like, we had the total package. You follow what I'm saying? We had the total package. And all them artists that I just named, everybody knows who they are, or they have a favorite song or favorite album from that artist. You follow what I'm saying? Favorite song, favorite album translate to record sales.
Right.
Record sales translates to money. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, how are you guys able to build out a label that got so much support? Because Chattanooga's always kind of been a city divided, right?
Of course, it still is. It still is.
By side. So how did y'all end up, what was like the secret to being able to win over all sections of the city to be able to get behind the label?
There's two parts of that.
Okay.
First, we are based out of the west side. Y'all know that, dubs up. We're based out of the west side. But even though we're based out of the west side, just before the music, as far as street ties, we connected to people all over the city.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying? And then we started signing artists that were from other sides of the city.
Okay.
So that automatically branches us out. Okay. And then we had music that touched the whole city. Like, for instance, the biggest song out of Found Records was Vinny the Sharp, For My Riders. The hook is For My Riders, West Side us, East Side us, North Side us, South Side us. That make everybody feel like they're a part of that. You follow what I'm saying? So, and then we talking in terms of just making street music, no matter what side of town you're from. If you're making real street music, people in the streets, no matter where they're from, can relate to that. You follow what I'm saying? And another smart marketing thing that branched us out was, I got to tip my hat off to Shawty Thug on this. Once he started coming out with the merchandise, the clothing, he made clothes in every color. You follow what I'm saying? So when he started making clothes like with red hats, red toboggans, he took over the whole South Side with that. We're not from the South Side. You follow what I'm saying? But
Gotcha.
the fact that we had their color, they were able to wear our shirts even though they wasn't listening to our music. Once you wear the shirts, you're going to eventually get baited into the music. So it's all about marketing and branding. You follow what I'm saying? So that's how we did it.
Y'all getting some free sauce today. I'm just saying.
That's how we did
because
it.
one thing that you talk about a lot, Maal, which is one of the reasons why I love the fact that you are an underrated, educated black man, is one of the things that I've heard you say a lot about why a lot of artists have not really broken through coming from a city like Nashville, Memphis, Atlanta. I mean, we're around cities that have just loads of people just taking off.
Right.
And Chattanooga hasn't quite broken through. One of the things that you talk about all the time is like we still haven't had young people master the business side.
Yes. Man. Oh.
Before we go to break, I want to get into that just a little bit because I want you as a OG to spit some game to them. How would you encourage any young man or any young woman? Because I started Rap Sheet. We're up 10K on Instagram, so we've had
nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
We've had a lot of people that have been looking at folks from Chattanooga, and so. But the thing is like I found that consistency is not really there, and then there's not really like the business. So how do young people need to master the business? So when you're talking about marketing and different things like that, what are some things that you would encourage them to do to be able to help break through?
Man, it's so many ways that people are slipping on business, and this might carry over into the break. We might have to pick back up on that. But like for one, you got to figure out how to actually go out there and make the money. Okay, if you're rapping, that's cool. You got a video on YouTube. See, it's a different time frame now, so I'm gonna speak to this time frame.
Okay.
You got a video on YouTube that's doing a few thousand hits. That's cool. Okay, but where's the full album that comes behind that? You follow what I'm saying? Like I go and I type in Marie Mott Black Protest, and I love this video and I love this song. I can't go find it nowhere to download for 99 cents. You follow what I'm saying? Or I can't download the full project. So yeah, you looking good on camera. You got people talking about your video. You sending out text messages saying share my video, but where's the money coming in back behind that? You follow what I'm saying? And then when you start doing music, a lot of people are very, very uneducated on copyrights and publishing. You follow what I'm saying? I get publishing checks right now from a song that was used in a movie from 2016. A song that I did in 2008, but we got used in the movie in 2016. I still get publishing checks from that. Why? Because my business was together. You follow what I'm saying? Now you ask the person in the street, oh, that's an old song. Yeah, but that old song was making more than your new song because the business was together. You follow what I'm saying? And we start doing music, you got to come out with a rollout, a marketing and promotion plan. What is my demographic? What is my target audience? What am I trying to accomplish in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4? You follow what I'm saying? I heard Dr. Dre say this some years ago, and it always stuck with me. He said, the easiest part is putting the album out. I mean, it's doing the album. The work starts after the album is done. You follow what I'm saying? And with a lot of these newer people, a younger generation, the work is them doing the album. Then after that, it's like download my video, share my video, and then it's on to the next. Yeah, like, but you can drag this album out for 5 or 6 years and get thousands of dollars off of it if your business is together. You follow what I'm saying? Educate yourself on publishing. Publishing the songs that you know that are your hit songs, get the publishing on those, get the copyrights on those, because somebody want to use that for a commercial, a movie, playing in the background for the radio, you get a check off of that. When you go to radio to say your song to get played and say, hey, I want to get my song up Pound 94, all these other songs, register your song with BDS. That means it tracks each time it get played. That's how they can say he's getting 5, 10 spins a week, 20 spins a week, 30 spins a week. That's how record labels know you're getting radio play. Because if you don't register your song with BDS, it's just playing 100 times a week and nobody knows about it.
Wow.
You follow what I'm saying? Register your song with BDS. Once it tracks on BDS, that translates to publishing checks every quarter. You follow what I'm saying? So a lot of it's just simple things that people need to know about. Simple things, man.
Y'all, Maal is setting the studio on fire right now.
I charge for stuff like this. You follow what I'm saying? I'm giving it to you for free, so I hope somebody listen to that.
Ooh, we're going to have to go to a break, but we'll be right back talking with Maal the Pimp. Oh, man, stay tuned for the Marie Mott Show. What'd he say, y'all? I charge for this information. I'm just saying.
And give it to you for free.
And giving you guys the sauce today. Please share. Please share. What's going on, my people? Joe! Saw you on television, big bro.
Joe Jenkins.
Yeah, that's Big Joe.
City Code
Joe.
City Code Joe. Shout out to Joe.
What's going on? We got Maal the Pimp, the OG, in the studio today. What's going on, my people?
Yeah, we're going to light this thing up.
Man.
Salute to Marie Mott.
Man. Y'all heard it. The business. The business. Okay, East Chat in the building. You know. They wouldn't even understand, Joe. I can hear you now in your voice. They wouldn't even understand. The business, family. So he said BDS.
That's a broadcast data system. That's how they know your song is being played on the radio.
Number one, how many of you guys are even taking advantage of utilizing your local stations to get your songs on the radio? I had this discussion. I wanted to highlight an artist every month on Rap Sheet. Now, we got almost 10,500 followers on Rap Sheet.
That's big.
Man, that is the biggest hip-hop platform in the city, exposing people every day to folks in the city. And do you know, I can't highlight an artist every month because the people I want to highlight don't even have a radio edit of a hot song of theirs.
That's bad. That's bad. That's another thing. That's another thing. We're gonna touch on that too.
Woo!
That's another thing. Yeah.
All your music can't be dirty. You have to have some clean versions. So when I want to spin it at a birthday party, so the kids they can hear your music, but they just hear the clean version, so their parents don't flip out.
Speak on it, Marie. That's true. Speak on that. Yeah.
Y'all don't even understand. One of the quickest ways to blow up, put your stuff on TikTok. Get it in front of these younger kids. They're going to share that. But their parents need to be able to it's got to be clean.
That's true right there. That's true. TikTok is a new wave. That's the new wave right there.
I'm just telling you, I ain't even in music, but I've been listening to Maal for a long time. We can't wake them all up. No, we can't, but we're going to put it in their face, though. And y'all need to get a shirt. I need to get a shirt. Pimpaholic shirt.
Yeah, merchandise, clothing. It comes under branding. You know what I'm saying? It comes under branding.
Oh, man. We got 60 seconds before we come back in, but Jesus. I hope y'all getting this free sauce. And this does not just apply to music. Now, we might be talking about music specifically, but branding works for anything.
Anything you're trying to do, you have to brand yourself. You follow what I'm saying? That's how people recognize who you are. Once they recognize your name, and then you can start putting your name on other things and then making it sell because of who you are, that's called branding. You follow what I'm saying? You have to be able to do that. You have to be able to do that.
You ready to come back in?
Let's do it, man.
All right. Oh, we're back from the break with Maal, and we had to leave. We had to drop off for just a second because the mics got a little too hot. I think we almost set the studio on fire in here, Maal. But I appreciate you because I understand that information is valuable.
Right.
And people should pay folks like you for consultation when it comes to things like that to be able to develop their career. And when you made the statement that I made a song in 2008, it got used in a film in 2016. It's 2022.
Right.
And you still getting checks off of that.
Right. And here go the crazy part about that. Like, again, they come me being on my business. And coincidentally, you know what the song was? My song called Chattanooga.
Wow.
Where you from? Chattanooga. Out of all the songs I made, the song about the city get used in the movie. And just so y'all know I'm not lying, y'all can go look it up. The movie is called Spring Breakers that was released on Lionsgate Films. You follow what I'm saying? Spring Breakers starred Gucci Mane, Selena Gomez, James Franco, the ATL twins. It was produced by a guy named Harmony Korine. They go to credit, so I'm not making this up. I'm telling y'all what's really going on. Yeah. So when they decided to release the movie on a full-length DVD, they wanted to use some behind-the-scenes things and stuff like that. And they looked up Chattanooga rap artists. When they Googled that, guess who popped up? Yours truly. You follow what I'm saying? So when they reached out to me, since I own my own music, I own my masters, and I own my own publishing, they had to cut me the check for that. So they cut me 2 checks. I ain't gonna go into the amounts, but they cut me a check to use for them to upload it to the trailer on YouTube. And then they cut a separate check when it went to full DVD. All because my business was together. Not because I'm just a tight rapper, but because my business was together. You follow what I'm saying? And that's what things like that pay off at in the end. You follow what I'm saying? And another thing that we didn't cover before the break, which is advice, I always give this advice, and some of these artists, they're just too arrogant to listen. Man, listen, you have to build relationships with people. You follow what I'm saying? Relationships will put you in places that money can't.
Say it again. Wait. I want to pause because they need to digest that.
Please digest that.
Because I continue to talk about I'm going to Harvard. People think that I'm just going to Harvard for the program. I'm not just going to Harvard for the program for 5 days. I'm building relationships with people who are representing nations from all across the world.
Right.
That's a power play.
Right, and that's gonna keep you in touch and keep you moving further on down the line. You follow what I'm saying? Man, you have to build relationships and you have to keep your name good with people. You follow what I'm saying? I've been building relationships. I learned about relationships, how important it was when I got to college, when I got to Middle Tennessee State University. And to keep in mind, when I'm coming to campus, I just graduated high school, so I'm coming fresh out the west side. I'm coming out some hood gangbanging stuff. My mind was set on that. You follow what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we had just got Found Records off the ground. So when I go to college, I'm trying to expand Found Records to the college campus. When I get to college, that's my first time being around all these different races, all these different nationalities, all these different people with different walks of life. You follow what I'm saying? Every race you can think of is on the college campus. Now I'm taking classes with these people. I have to be in study groups with a white dude, a dude in a wheelchair, an Asian dude, and an African lady who can barely speak English. We're in study groups together now. You follow what I'm saying?
Broaden your perspective.
Right. That's when I started seeing like, man, this is way bigger than the hood. You follow me? Then when I start becoming friends with these people, they start knowing what I do, and I'm knowing what they do. Now they start doing favors for me outside of the class. So I'm like, wow, I would have never met this white dude in this video class who now want to do my video for free because he's never done a rap video before. You follow what I'm saying? But all these is building relationships. Now I'm getting introduced to this person, this organization, this business, and all this comes from just networking and building relationships. And I'm still in touch with people I went to college. I graduated college in 2004. I'm still in touch with people I went to college with now. And then I took that same skill and applied it to the music industry. So when y'all see me on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, like I just came off the No Limit Records tour. You follow what I'm saying? So shout out to my whole No Limit family. You see me on that type of tour. You see me on tour with Snoop Dogg. You see me on tour with Mystical or 8 Ball or MJG. That's because I got relationships with these people. I didn't walk up and say, let me jump on your tour bus. It started with a relationship. You follow what I'm saying? When you see me in different situations that you probably couldn't get in yourself, that's because I know somebody behind the scenes. You follow what I'm saying? And I try to preach that the artist in check. You can't blow up thinking because you got a few thousand YouTube hits or you post a picture popping a bottle and you got 400 likes that means something, because it really don't carry no weight. Go way over there to Phoenix, Arizona and see who know you over there. You follow what I'm saying? Go to New York and go in there with that same mentality and see do you get shut down or not. You follow what I'm saying? You got to have your name branded in other cities outside of Chattanooga. You start here, but then you leave. You don't start here and be content with that. You follow me? That's the difference between me and a lot of people. I'm always moving because I got relationships all across the country and overseas. And they do favors for me, but the flip side of it is when you need me, I do the same for you. You follow what I'm saying? And that's how you just keep it good and never burn bridges with nobody. That's the worst thing you can do in this entertainment game. You can burn the bridge with somebody, you might not think it mean nothing, but then months down the line, you start seeing doors shut in your face because of something you did 8 months ago that you didn't think was nothing. You follow what I'm saying? And it's in the other way, it's the other way around too, meaning if you stay good with people, when you go to all these other places, the doors might open for you because, oh, you know Marie? I didn't know that. Yeah, she said let you in. You good? Yeah, who all with you? Y'all, okay, yeah, y'all good. Yeah. So you have to do that, man. That stuff that you do is separate from doing a song right there. That has nothing to do with talent right there. They're just common sense and branding and marketing. All that comes under relationships. You feel me? This after the song is done. This will get your song in other places or get your business in other places if you have relationships with people. You have to do that. You feel me?
Just talked about that yesterday on Instagram, 423 Marie. Collaboration. Collaboration. That is what will make a brand and make a company. It's collaboration. How well do you work in a team environment with other people?
Right. That's real true. Sometimes you can't be if you walk in the room and you're the smartest person in there, you need to leave.
Yep.
You're not going to learn nothing. You follow me? If you walk in the room and you're not the smartest person in there, shut up and listen. I've been around a bunch of people who I feel like I know a little bit more than him, but let me shut up and listen because he might say something that I don't know. You follow what I'm saying? Even when people are schooling me on stuff that I know for a fact, let me just still listen because this guy's bigger in his career than I am. So he gonna be telling me something that I didn't think of. You follow what I'm saying? So I'm humble, man. I'm so humble. I'm so down to earth. I'm not an arrogant guy, and I keep that same mentality whether I'm around a celebrity or a nobody. I'm a sponge. I soak up stuff. You follow what I'm saying? I'm a sponge. I soak up stuff, and I apply it where it needs to be applied at. I'm a beast, Marie. I ain't bragging. I'm a beast. For real, man. I hate to say that, but it's the truth, man.
Well, Maal, you're just a builder. And that's one of the things that I respect about you is that you're a person who does more work than you do talking.
Yeah, true. Very true.
And
Very
you
true.
have a body of work that can't be denied. And like I said, I respect the fact that you mastered the part that most people don't want to master, which is the tedious part.
Yeah.
The business.
Right.
Business is tedious and boring. But when it comes down to the checks, when it comes down to whether or not you can sue somebody who stole something, I just saw an artist who put out a song, wasn't copywritten, and now what they have because of social media, these up and other coming labels, they always listen to Chattanooga. I want to say this for Chattanooga. Chattanooga gets treated like people from here get treated like redhead stepchildren, but part of that is because we allow ourselves to be taken advantage of.
That's true.
And that's because we won't listen to your advice.
Handle the business.
And handle the business properly. So if you got a buzz, you got to know that people from other places are going to be listening to you and going to be watching you. You have to count on that, which is why you have to have all of your paperwork together. So in the event you do see somebody else trying to infringe on your work, you take them to court.
Right. Really, because once you got your paperwork together, now I'm sitting back hoping you steal my song now, to be honest with you, because I'm finna make more off the lawsuit probably with you than I made off the song itself. Yes, I'm hoping you do that.
Listen, and I saw this person complaining, but the thing that I asked was, did you have a copyright on the song? And you got a chain, but you don't have your songs copywritten? Come on now.
See, and that goes with the show. That's what I'm saying. The chain and all that, that's for views and attention and stuff like that. And that's cool to have views and attention, but behind the scenes, your business not together. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like buying a car and putting some rims on there.
With no insurance.
And a can of paint job, no insurance. All you doing that, and the motor still messed up. You follow what I'm saying? You should have fixed the engine first.
Exactly.
But it looked good.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So, like, your chain looked good, but your business wasn't together. You still got taken advantage of, man. You know, so whoever the artist is, man, I hope he's tuned into this because, you know, you can prevent stuff like that if you just take an extra 5 minutes to just do the other stuff before rushing to put something out, man. It's so easy.
And you can do all this now digitally. All
of it digitally, man. And if you don't know what to do, hire people who can do that.
How do people get in contact with you? Just throw it out there. We'll throw it out there.
My email, maalthepimp423@gmail. My Instagram, @Maal the Pimp. Twitter, @Maal the Pimp. It's simple to get in touch with me. Or go to my website, maalthepimp.com. I'm easy to get in touch with. The advice is there. I'm willing to give it out. Are you willing to listen?
And, no, not just willing to listen, pay for it. I need y'all to pay the people who have worked to acquire this knowledge. Because going to college takes a lot of time.
A lot of time and a lot of money.
A lot of time and a lot of money. And so we need to understand the value of paying our people who go and acquire the knowledge and just pay them. Most of the time, they just want compensation for their time.
That's it.
So I might charge you $100 an hour, but that $100, what you might get is $1,000 or $10,000 worth of information that I just condensed down for you because I understand what you need.
Right. You know what I try to do with people, man? I hate when I get somebody to, check this out, when I get somebody to, because it's you price and you still don't respect that. Meaning, how much you charge for this, Maal? Man, I usually charge this, bro, but because it's you, just give me this. Man, for real? All right, bro, go ahead. You straight, yeah. You still don't get it, bro. You want me to just do it for free? What do I get out of that? I'm cutting you a discount. This is a crackhead price I'm giving you, bro. The money I'm charging you, I ain't finna get nothing out. That's gas money. I'm doing that just so you can give me something for my services, bro.
That's right.
Go to a lawyer and see what he tell you.
Ooh. Man.
Or go to somebody out of town who don't know you and see what they tell you.
I have a friend who's an attorney who does trademarks, not in Chattanooga, in Atlanta. $1,200 just for the trademark paperwork.
It's serious, man, and it's serious. It's serious. It's serious.
What they say? You got to spend money to make.
You have to. You really have to.
You got to spend money to make money.
Yeah, you have to. You have to spend money to make it. Bro.
So you can't become a businessman if you don't put any money out there. Part of that has to be the thing that he's talking about, family relationships. So when I learned that there are people in my community who have information that I don't, and then I build a relationship with them where I show them the information they have is valuable and it's worth compensating, then we have a really good relationship, right?
Both people are benefiting from it. It's not a one-sided ship. You follow what I'm saying? It's not like a seesaw the way it's just you. It's the seesaw balances off. You follow what I'm saying? So when both people benefiting from it, what's to complain about? It's nothing to complain about, man. And relationships and business, I can't say that enough, man. I can't say that enough. Another thing I want to say, too, when it comes to branding yourself, to some of the young homies out there, because I've been there. I see a lot of the videos, and right now I get the mindset you're in when you got all the homies throwing the gang signs up and representing. That's cool, because I done been there before, too. So I never knocked it. I done been there. But as you grow in your business, if you got 60 dudes in your video with bandanas and throwing up gang signs, you got to flip it to a business situation. Meaning now, instead of going to the club and chat 60 deep in your gang colors, go out of town with them same dudes and make them take your gang colors off, put on a T-shirt with your album cover on it.
Turn them into a marketing team.
Make them your street team. You follow what I'm saying? Instead of holding up the bandana, make them go up there and hold up your flyers now. You follow what I'm saying? Flip it around.
Or a flag.
Flip it around. You feel me? Make them hold up your flyers. The shirt now should say whatever your album cover is. On the back of the shirt should be the name of your single that's about to come out. Now, when you do that out of town, people gonna be like, man, who was these dudes right here?
Well, one of the other things is, Maal, to your point, that I had a conversation with a individual about that has a good buzz in the city. I was like, you got a lot of guys that are very young around you. Why don't you have them contact me so I could put, one of them needs to be taking pictures and recording.
Right.
You know, you can go to Best Buy and get a GoPro for $300
Right.
and take that so you can start cutting that down in the footage that you could add beyond just your music, that people got to know who you are beyond the music, right?
That goes back to the visual. All this comes back full circle. That goes back to the visual, man.
So instead of paying somebody on the outside to do all your photography, having someone learn how to do it themselves, well, get them an iPhone. Maybe you don't want to buy a $5,000 camera, but get them to, again, we got people who do photography in the community. So paying the person, hey, we got Reginald Clack, we got Steve Bedford. I mean, consult with Maal, consult with Lil Mo Films. He's doing YouTube.
Right.
So we got these brilliant people in the community who already have. Steve Bedford got iTrap, Lil Mo got Lil Mo Films. You got Pimpaholic TV, which we're going to talk about that in a second.
Right.
So consult with these guys to be able to get that information on how can people on my street team not just wear my stuff, but how can they become the people in my circle who now can build out the brand, and we do all of that in-house.
Right. And on that same note, it's when you coming up in this entertainment game, when you forming your team to put around you, it's jobs that you can give your homeboys, and it's jobs that you better not give your homeboys too. You follow what I'm saying? What I mean by that is like, okay, photography and filming, you can let your homeboy do something like that. You got a homeboy who always fighting all the time, tone him down a little bit, let him be your security. Tone him down though, just tone him down, let him be your security. You got a dude around you who's never had a criminal record, let him be your armed security. You follow what I'm saying? Now, just because you had a homeboy who was a little smart in school, he does not qualify to be your manager. Remember that. Just because he's your homeboy, he's not qualified to be your manager. In order to be a manager, you have to be connected in the music industry and know how this game goes. Your friend don't know that, bro. You follow what I'm saying? Now, another thing, if you got somebody who's spending money on you, he got a little money, he's paying for your wardrobes, paying for your videos, he should not be your manager. Let him be your investor, not your manager. A manager has to know certain things to get you to the next level. Somebody with money don't know that. Your friend who you grew up for 20 years, who had made straight A's in school, he's smarter than you, but he don't know the music industry. Y'all both are dumb when it comes to the music industry. You follow what I'm saying? Hire you a manager. Get somebody who's educated on that and let him maybe be up under him. Do not let your homeboys or your friends be your manager. They will railroad you and lead you down the wrong way. Not intentionally, because they just don't know. They just as dumb as you are.
They're just ignorant.
You follow what I'm saying?
They just don't have the information.
So it's jobs you can give your homeboys and jobs you better not give your homeboys. Sometimes you have to bring an outside entity in. You just have to do that. Point blank. Remember that.
Remember that. Let's get into Pimpaholic TV.
Let's talk about it, man.
Come on. So,
let's talk about
Maal, what is Pimpaholic? Talk to the people. Give them some insight on what Pimpaholic is.
Pimpaholic TV, that's the name of my YouTube channel, Pimpaholic TV. Also, with that being said, go to YouTube, subscribe to Pimpaholic TV. Now, what comes on the Pimpaholic TV is, of course, my podcast, which is the Pimpaholic TV podcast. I also have a talk show that I just launched a few months ago. I'm on episode 10 right now. The talk show is called Table Talk with MTP, The Great Debate. We have debatable topics on there. I want to touch on that too. A lot of debatable topics. And then also that comes on the Pimpaholic TV, you get to see it brings you into the Maal the Pimp world. Me being on tour, whether it's my tour or on tour with other people, live concerts, me or some of your favorite artists, exclusive behind the scenes moments that you will never see nowhere else. Interviews, everything that I do outside of the city, I'm bringing you pretty much on the road with me. I capture those moments. You follow what I'm saying? And all those moments go to my website. Go to my YouTube channel, which is Pimpaholic TV. So it's like a plethora of different things that you see on Pimpaholic TV. But all of that comes under me branding myself. Maal the Pimp. Pimpaholic TV is a spinoff of Maal the Pimp. You follow what I'm saying? So all that still comes under the branding. Right. It comes under the branding, yeah. So that's what Pimpaholic TV is. It's a very interesting YouTube channel. I stay uploading content at least every 2 days. You follow what I'm saying? Every 2 days I'm uploading content. I got to do that as soon as I leave here. When I leave here, I got a whole note of thing I got to sit there and go through. The tedious part of it. But then when the footage hits, that turns into views. Views turns into checks from YouTube once a month. So it's still working. You follow what I'm saying?
Got you.
It's still working, yeah.
So you got Pimpaholic. You're still in the music business. You're still just building your brand. What does 2022 look like for you, Maal? Like, what do you want to get into this year?
2022 for me, it's a few things I got. I'm trying to still expand my podcast. I've got a few more thousand subscribers, which is cool. I want to expand the podcast and get the numbers up. I want to try to see can I pull off a syndication deal for the podcast. You follow what I'm saying? A syndication deal to where they play my past episodes, and then based on the numbers off the past episodes, give me a budget for the upcoming episodes. You know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
I think like that further down the line. My talk show, Table Talk with MTP, that's separate from my podcast. My podcast is one-on-one interviews. My talk shows is I have like 5 or 6 guests on that, and we discuss debatable topics. I see that talk show going in the direction of like a Oprah Winfrey, Phil Donahue, Ricky Lake type situation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if that happens, I want to try to shop that around and get one of these major platforms to pick that up. Like Charlamagne got the Black Effect. You know what I'm saying? Diddy got Revolt. You follow what I'm saying? Get some of them to possibly pick this up, or at least pitch it to them. You follow what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I'm really focused on the podcast and the talk show right now. I'm doing some behind the scenes consulting with a few artists out of town. I got some stuff I can say this. I'm working with a guy out of New Orleans, but he's based out of Dallas, Texas, about helping him launch a clothing line. If that goes right there, this could be the next Gucci or Fendi or something like that. He got me on board with him as like the general manager. So if that pops off, ching ching, ching ching, you dig, ching ching. And then I'm also a booking agent.
I didn't know that. Maul!
I also have a company which is called Pimpaholic Entertainment and Booking.
Okay.
So when promoters have money, they want to book these big name artists, they go through me for that, and I get what you call a commission fee.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying? So I just booked a show last week for the R&B artist Case, which will be in Ponchatoula, Louisiana, April 16th, I think. So I deal with a lot of promoters across the country who call me to say, how much for this artist, Maal? The artist charged this, I add this on top of it, and that's my commission fee. And I handle all the paperwork for them. You follow what I'm saying? So I got a few promoters who got me locked in for me to be the exclusive booking agent for them in their markets. You follow what I'm saying? So between the Table Talk with MTP, the Pimpaholic TV podcast, being the exclusive booking agent for a bunch of promoters, possibly getting this clothing line off the ground, and then the stuff that I'm always working on. My plate is full, man. My plate is full. You feel me? I'm always working, Marie. I'm always working, man. Always
hey,
working.
Man, a working man is a man that's not in any trouble.
None at all. None at all. I don't got time. It don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense to be in
Well, if
trouble.
it don't make money, it don't make no sense.
It makes no sense, man. Let me tell you about this talk show, Marie. I gotta tell you. So my talk show is called Table Talk with MTP, and some of y'all who tuned in may have been a guest on my talk show. So we have debatable topics that can go across the board. The first topic was called for episode 1, why do men and women cheat? So I had women on there saying why we cheat, and men on there saying why they cheat, and we went back and forth about that. The second episode was called should you get vaccinated or not? You follow what I'm saying? That was a real heated argument. Shout out to my guy Patrick Hampton, he was on that. That got real heated right there. Another episode was called if a woman hits a man, do he got the right to hit her back? Another one was called what was it? Is oral sex a must in a relationship? That was another one right there. So it's like it's debatable topics like that I put together, and I get 2 or 3 women on there and 2 or 3 men, so we can have
difference of perspectives.
Right, and that's becoming a real successful thing for me right there. So yeah. So if you ever get a DM on inbox from me, ask you to be on my talk show, do not decline it. You will not regret it. Trust me, you will not regret it. Yeah.
So I'm just loving the energy, especially just the fact that Maal, like you're just a multifaceted individual, and the fact that you are just consistently putting out content for my people out there. This is how you stay growing. Consistency.
And that comes with, again, all this gonna come back full circle, Marie. Everything I just named, that comes with branding. When you speak of Maal the Pimp, okay, Maal the Pimp is an artist, we know that. Maal the Pimp puts out documentary, we know that. Maal the Pimp has a Pimpaholic TV podcast, we know that. Maal the Pimp has a talk show called Table Talk with MTP. We know that. Maal the Pimp is a booking agent. He can book any artist for you across the country. Pimpaholic Entertainment and Booking. Maal the Pimp is also a behind-the-scenes person who works with you, helping you build your label, build your clothing line, your brand, and all of that. But all these things I just named come back to who's doing that. Maal the Pimp. I'm a brand. I'm not an artist, I'm a brand. Being an artist is one of the things that I do, but it's bigger than that with me. So you can call me for almost any service you need, and I can help you do that. So there you go. Also, all y'all who trying to get who are stuck in contracts that you can't get out of, call me. I do that. You trying to start a business, or you trying to sign an artist, and you want to get the paperwork together to get all that together. I do that. I read and write legal contracts. I manage certain artists depending on the situation is right. I do what they call marketing and promotion plans, meaning if you got an artist and you got a bunch of money, or you got money you want to put into an artist, but you have no idea how to spend the money, what areas you should spend it in. That's why I come in at. Okay, what's your budget? Let's break the marketing plan down into phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. I'm gonna make sure you don't just spend money wildly without seeing no residual or no return on it. Let me show you how to go about doing that. There's so many things that I do under the Maal the Pimp umbrella. I'm more than just a rapper. And that comes back to what we keep on preaching, branding.
Branding.
How can I get you out of the city and get you exposure? Because I have also what we just said, relationships. It all makes sense if you just sit here and listen. It all makes sense. It all makes sense, man.
Once again, let's give it to the people on the way out, Maal. How can they reach you? How can they follow you? Where can they find you? And what do you want them to subscribe to?
Subscribe to Pimpaholic TV on YouTube. Pimpaholic TV on YouTube. Subscribe to that. And also, go to my website, maalthepimp.com. Make sure you do that. And also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Maal the Pimp. And one thing I have to say, I want y'all to listen to this. This Saturday coming up, January the 22nd, I'm doing a charity event. It's called the H.O.P.E Food Drive.
That's right.
H.O.P.E Food Drive. HOPE stands for Help Other People Eat. So I'm trying to just donate non-perishable food items and give back to families in need.
Where can they drop off items at?
You can drop the items off at the Habitat for Humanity building on it's 1201 East Main Street, right next to the gas station. And also, a lot of y'all dudes know it's next to the child support office. So a lot of y'all know where that's at. Habitat for Humanity building, 1201 East Main Street. Drop off non-perishable food items from 8 to 4. This Saturday, January 22nd at 1 o'clock, I will be at the Fast Stop gas station on Wilcox Boulevard. That's 2285 Wilcox Boulevard, directly across from the Avondale Center. We're going to be over there in the parking lot with boxes of food, handing it out to families in need. So anybody who needs that, please come by and get it. Single mothers, people who having financial problems, or if you know anybody who needs it, come get the boxes for them. But we have boxes of food to give away. The whole point is to give all over the way and not leave anything. And most importantly, I'm doing this Saturday. This is in memory of my mom, Miss Brenda Cobb, rest in peace. I'm doing it in memory of her. You follow what I'm saying? She was a real free spirit, giving person. Her birthday is Monday, January the 24th. So I'm doing it on the 22nd in honor of my mom, Brenda Cobb, rest in peace.
May she rest in peace. And I know that she is so proud of you, Maal. She is so proud of you. You have become a wonderful man. And I appreciate that I just have the opportunity to even know you. And so, please follow me at 4, the number 2 spelled out, the number 3, Marie, on all social media platforms. You can reach me at 423marie.com because I got a website too.
Go check Marie out. Marie is the most outspoken person in the city. I'm telling you, bro. Do not cross Marie. You will get exposed. Do not cross her. You feel me?
But, y'all, it's bigger than me, though. As to your point, Maal, it's bigger than me. I just want to change the city the best way that I can, leave my mark on the city, and go beyond the city as well. Right. And so, family, as always, if no one's taking any time today to let you know you're a love somebody, we love you. Nothing you can do about it. Peace.
Deuces.